Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mel and I live in Canada in Zone 5B. Today is a bit of a cloudy day, but it's going to be my first garden tour. So my garden is a bit different because I live in the city and in my backyard I don't have a lot of sunlight, so I actually have two gardens. I have my backyard garden and I also have a raised bed at my mom's place. So we're gonna start the tour right here in my backyard, and then I'm gonna drive 20 minutes to my mom and I'm gonna show you what's growing in my raised beds. Most of my plants are in containers on this interlock section because this is where I get the most sun, and I'm talking about maybe 6 to 8 hours of sun when it's peak summer. But we're gonna start the tour right here. So this is kind of a it's not a raised bed, it's an in-ground garden. It was there when we bought the house. In this garden I planted a bunch of spring crops, and as you can see, all my radishes went to seed, and I've purposely let those radishes in because I really want to collect the pods. I learned that this year, that if you let a radish go to seeds, it makes those flowers, and then those flowers turn into seed pods. But what's interesting about this that I've learned is that those are actually edible. So as you can see, I have a lot of radishes, a lot of radish pods coming right here. Also, I planted some lettuce. Those are leaf lettuces. This is a curly green lettuce. This one is an red oak leaf lettuce, and this one is called outrageous red. And the way I differentiate those two is that this one has kind of a pink fuchsia pigment into it, and this one has more like a green tint to it. This is a parsley that survived winter and that is going to seed, so we're gonna have parsley seeds. This is the outrageous red lettuce. The green curled lettuce. And the oak leaf lettuce. I had also planted all of this. Can you see? All of this was spinach. And the spinach went to seed. So I almost don't have any spinach seed anymore, and I want to plant more for my fall crop. So I'm gonna try and save some of those spinach seeds. All of this is spinach. This is actually a mustard that survived. And those are all turnips. So these are still quite small, and the reason is because this garden bed only gets 3 hours of sun. Like maybe not even 3 hours of sun. What are you doing there? What are you doing there? Where is it? It's so cute. Oh! There he is! So as I go down these little steps to my kiddie pool, you can see that I've started a new bed. These were supposed to be my raspberry bushes that I wanted to transplant from there to there, but we didn't have time to get to this before the hot weather got to us, so this is gonna have to wait to fall or maybe even next spring. This is a bunch of flowers that are left. We have chamomile, marigold, those are Malva zebrina, sunflowers that look weird. This is bush stroke violas. I've planted some in front of the house. I have some zinnias. I have some Mexican mint marigold. I have some Shasta daisies somewhere. Those are alyssums. I have absolutely no idea what this is. Those are salpiglossis. Those are kind of weed that were growing at my mom's place, and I thought those flowers are super cute and I want them, so I put them in some solo cups and brought them home. We have borage here and a bunch of lemonade cosmos. Look at these wild raspberry bushes. Those are wild. Like, they are growing everywhere. All of those green ones going straight up are new growths. Can you see how many there are? I'm not sure you can see how many there are, but they are everywhere. These are my black cap raspberries. They are growing a ton of berries. Those are only the ones that we see, because there are some that are like hidden. They're hiding all under those leaves. Hi there. So the 5 plants here are Emiko Napa cabbage. It's a Chinese variety of cabbage, and I grew this specifically to make my own kimchi. This is a beautiful tip-top salmon nasturtium with variegated leaves. Look at this. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? I don't think this one has any flowers. Oh yeah, right here. Flower buds. I've put this here along with the sage because I've read that these are good to prevent cabbage moths from laying eggs on your brassicas. More lettuce. I've harvested quite a bit of these lettuces already. And these are my kills. I was able to grow some kale. I have darky boar kale on the side here, all along the border of the pool. And then I have this tiny one, and those two are red boar kale, and the leaves are just turning purple. It's supposed to be a dark, dark, dark purple. Those are my tropina onions that I've started from seeds. They are growing slow. I think it's because they need more sun, because I have a patch over there of green onions, and those are growing pretty quickly. The other day we transplanted those zucchinis. Those are Caucasel zucchinis. I have one purple Vienna kohlrabi. Only one survived, and I think I started like 50 or something like that. I just can't grow brassicas. And this is a dwarf blue scotch kale seeds that I got from a seed swap. And as you can see, some of them already had cabbage moth damage. That was before the transplant. Now they seem like they're doing okay. I have maybe 5 to 6 hours of sun right here. So this is where I planted my cucumbers Unfortunately, when we transplanted the cucumbers, we kind of mixed up the seedlings and the sticks, so I absolutely don't know which variety is growing in which bucket. This is another cockazel summer squash that is growing weird because the leaves didn't open at first, but I planted anyway. We never know. And those are 2 sunflowers that I need to plant right there. Meet my Zen frog. It is meditating over my garden. Oh my god. Totally forgot to plant those Swiss chards, but I might. They're doing not so great, but they will probably do fine once in the ground. I have a ground cherry here. This is an extra ground cherries that Mademoiselle cut in half. She became destructive, so she broke this plant, and I decided to plant the top, and it grew roots and it's doing fine. Then we have a bunch of sweet basil right here, along with this Thai basil and this opal basil. And as you can see, I've been pretty good trimming them and keeping them bushy. They're gonna grow so fast when the hot weather gets here. Those are 2, I think it's Rosa Blanca or Rosa Bianca eggplants. I got those from a seed swap. I've never grown eggplants before, so I absolutely don't know what the flowers are gonna look like, where the eggplants are gonna grow. I don't know. I also have black diamond eggplants. Those are all lemon basils. And these are all lime basils. This is my berry nursery, where I take care of baby black cap raspberry plants. I'm so proud of this, guys. Can you guess what I was able to grow in these solo cups? You're gonna comment down below and guess what I was able to grow, and I'm gonna give you a hint. I've started by putting some seeds right on top of this soil, put a saran wrap on top, put this in the fridge for 40 days, and then I just brought them outside. What is this? I have a bunch of pepper plants. They're all here in those little containers. Whoa! So I'm gonna go quickly over those ones. Those are Antoi Romagna peppers. Those are Fresno chilies, and as you can see, I have some big chilies. A lot of chilies going on. Here are some Pequin peppers that have just started to bloom. I've got this from Reachin Reverie on YouTube in a seed swap. This I got from Mini Acres Farm, Molly. Look at this variegation. It is crazy. I absolutely love this plant. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. I have some parsley. I've planted 4 plants of parsley in each bucket. Here are some jalapenos, more jalapenos, green peppers, more Antoi Romagna peppers. And here I have some herbs. A lonely rosemary. My chives is going better than the last time you saw it. Some mint. Oh, you guys! My first tip-top salmon nasturtium flower. It's opening. Wow, what a surprise. Those calendulas are about to make it flower as well. I have more catnip, more sage, more nasturtium to plant. Here is some thyme, one of my 3 varieties of thyme. I always grow 3 varieties of thyme. They taste all different and I really like them in soups. Rosemary. All the tomatoes that I still have to sell. And some of them have babies. Like they have fruits. I need to find those. Where are they? Like, we have one here. Those are still in solo cups. Right here. Right here. Can you see? There's a floof. There are more over here. And more over here. Like, these are all in solo cups. I don't know what to do with them. Some savory. Some oregano. More oregano. This is lemon balm. More lettuce. This is a lemon thyme that I got at the nursery, as well as this sparkling bright thyme. So those are usually the 3 varieties of thyme that I grow each year. Those are head lettuces that never went into the ground. We've harvested a lot. There's something going on right here. We need to pull some off. Totally okay. We're gonna eat what's good in this and then start a new tray. The green onions are looking good. They're growing so fast. So I think that onions need a lot of sun. And I think this is why those onions are doing better than the onions that I have in the kiddie pool garden. Look at this, guys. This is the beginning of my gazebo garden. And as you can see, can you see? There are some peas trellising already. So let's go see what's growing in there. So right here we have a row of different lettuces. The same varieties that I showed you before. Then those are my ground cherries that are setting a ton of fruit. And I think that this one is going to, oh! It fell! Oh my god. My husband is here and he loves ground cherries, but I'm not Jessica and I'm not Cherry. It tastes like chocolate. It is so good. I live on a big, busy road, if you couldn't tell, so I'm sorry for the noise. But my husband will soon be able to have a treat. Back here I have some peas that are trellising, and I've also planted some beans right in front. Those are a bunch of mixed red beans. So I have purple beans, I have rattlesnakes beans, and oh yeah, Chinese red noodle beans. So this is all gonna grow on this trellis, and I hope it's strong enough, and it's gonna cover all this side and all the roof, hopefully. And then we're gonna be able to go under the roof right here and harvest some beans from the roof. It's so exciting. So because we get most of our sun in our driveway, we've installed this chicken wire on the fence, and in those buckets are growing some melons. Oh yes! Here I have 2 plants of Kajari melons. Hi little Kajari melons! And here are 2 Minnesota midgets. I also have a small cucumber plant growing right here. He's all alone, so I need to pot some other things so that he doesn't feel so alone, right? We need to get you some friends. We also planted some flowers in front of our house. 2 sunflowers. I don't know if I mentioned this, but those sunflowers seeds were given to me by my husband's grandmother. So those are Sandra's sunflowers. Bush stroke violas that are saying hello today. Hello, beautiful. More are coming. More lemonade cosmos. Another nasturtium. Zinnias. Calendulas. Borage. I want to plant my chamomile right here. And some salpiglossis right here. Okay, can you help me with this rose bush? I saw some pests last year doing some damage on my leaves, but now I don't know what's going on. I've been fertilizing it a lot and it's not setting buds at all. It's not setting flowers at all. It's kind of dying. So can you reference me to a good YouTuber who does roses and that I can watch and maybe bring it back to life, because this is an Italian ice rose bush and it's so pretty. It smells sweet. It's the most sweet rose that I've ever smelled in my whole life, and I really don't want this rose bush to die. Okay guys, now it's tomato time. So those 2 rows are all big tomatoes, like beefsteak tomatoes and Roma tomatoes. And those rows are almost all cherry tomatoes, except the 2 last tomatoes on this row are Blue Beauty tomatoes. And as you can see, they are all doing great. They are happy in their 5-gallon buckets, making a ton of suckers. Nope. And a ton of flowers. And we also already have some baby tomatoes. Hello. Hello, hello. Those are yellow pear tomatoes. And right beside, I saw my first Brad. This is, can I show you? Here, whoa. Here is a Brad Atomic Grape. First one of the year. So do you want me to tell you every variety I've grown? I'm gonna go quickly. So here are Sun Golds. Those are Artisan Blush, Yellow Pear, Red Pear, some Brad's Atomic. Those 2 are Barry's Crazy. This one is a normal red cherry tomato. Those 3 last one on this side are Principal Bolognese tomatoes, which are the tomatoes that are used in Italy for sun-dried tomatoes. And those 2 are the Blue Beauty tomatoes that I was telling you about. And I think I've got some fasciated blossoms over here because this is a big blossom. Over here I have the triple crop tomato, some gold medal tomato. This is a surprise tomato. I think it's a Blue Beauty or a Black Beauty. This one is another gold medal. It is pretty tall. Then this one is a Dr. Weich's yellow. And this one is a black crim. And last but not least, those 8 are all Roma tomatoes, and I've grown those tomatoes, the green peppers, as well as the jalapeno to make my own salsa. I also have those 2 spoon tomatoes that I planted in those big containers because I also want to plant some flowers and some red chard in there and make kind of a container arrangement basically. Okay, we're done over here. I'm hopping in the car and I'll see you at my mom's place. So here is what it looks like right now. We are June 14th, and in a couple of weeks it's gonna be full, I hope. Okay, so here in those buckets we have a Brad Atomic grape, then we have spoon tomatoes. This is Barry's Crazy Cherries. Those are Blue Beauty tomatoes that we've let them split with a sucker that I didn't remove. I'm gonna remove all the other ones. And this is a Roma tomato. Most of them already have flowers. In this bed, I planted a bunch of carrots, some cilantro, and you see some carrots that are sprouting, but I don't see any cilantro here. This is a fish pepper. This is some sage, looking great. And a nasturtium. We're gonna keep this off the ground. This is a gold medal tomato, looking leggy. It's coming along. It has a little sucker right here and I'm gonna leave it. I've planted a bunch of parsnips here. They are not growing, but I remember last year that parsnips took a while to germinate. This is a patch of leek. I need to trim these. When you trim your leeks, it gives more energy to the bulb to grow a big bulb. Those are some turnips that I planted in the spring. This is I think it's a black crim. Yeah, that's a black crim tomato. It started weird and then it was okay. Some basil, an eggplant, and there's something here that's doing holes. Oh, here they are. Where are they? What's that? Oh, they jump. Are they kind of are they a kind of flea? Black fleas? Some parsley. More ground cherries. Oh, I think this one is about ready. Are you ready? Almost. Right beside the parsley, there are some golden beets. And I'm supposed to have a kale growing right here, but it's not up yet. I've planted cucumbers right there. They haven't sprouted yet. It's been only 3 days. And I've also planted some cocoselle summer squash from seeds. Then again, Saturday, so they haven't sprouted yet. Those are all Antoi Romano peppers. No, it's not true. Those are green peppers. Those 3 are green peppers, and those are Antoi Romano peppers. This is a radish that went to seed. Those are all my beautiful celeries. This is a triple crop tomato. Looks like the fleas are all over. Oh yeah, they are. How do we get black fleas out of this? I've also planted some carrots here, along with kale and Swiss chard, but the Swiss chard has not germinated yet. We see some carrots. Carrots are sprouting everywhere. Kale is sprouting. Those are beets. I've planted a bunch of beans along the bed, and right in front there's a row of beets. Those are all beets. A little catnip here. This is a surprise tomato because I don't remember what I've sown. And I'm kind of worried at this point about my soil. You remember at the beginning of the season we ordered a yard of compost and we amended our beds, and the garden hasn't been as prolific as last year. Everything looks like it has trouble germinating. So I don't know what we are going to do about this. We also planted some watermelons in the ground. We have silver Yamaha watermelons, two of them. No, one of them. Silver Yamaha watermelon, sugar baby watermelons. This one is not looking good. And those are 3 golden midgets. And this one is looking great. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this first garden tour. I'm gonna make another one next week, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to make one every week so we can see this evolve throughout this summer. So have a nice day everyone. Thanks for watching.